Good morning. This is probably the earliest I have ever done a writing session here, but woke up at like 5 a.m. today. It's Saturday, and I woke up around 5 a.m. I thought that I thought that my dog was like about to puke in bed, so like me and my fiance were just like, "Oh, okay, we're up." She didn't. She wasn't even going to. I don't know. She just was making kind of like swallowing sounds. But anyway, good morning. Let's talk about dogs vomiting. Today's ambience is from Viewtiful ASMR, and their channel is really neat. They play a lot of really beautiful video games. So this one is Everyone's Gone to the Rapture. I've never heard of that video game before, but he has a few ambience, or I'm not sure. They have a few ambience videos on their channel from this game, and they're all very beautiful. And one of them has some really nice music. So head on over to their channel and let them know that you enjoyed this if you enjoyed it. Um, so yeah, I'm still tired. I didn't quite get enough sleep, and we're heading out to one of the rivers around here to do some bug collection for the Watershed Association, which normally, like, and I am like excited to do that, but it's like 28 degrees out this morning, so um, it's cold, and I just kind of feel like being inside writing. Anyway, so I might have to go get some hotter coffee as my first cup still. But we are going to be writing to this beautiful little ambience this morning. And once again, I am going to mute myself and just get into this beautiful setting here. Yeah, so let everyone know what you're working on. Be as specific or general as you want. It's, you know, just a place for us to encourage each other and be inspired by each other's work and our progress. So, without further ado, let us get some writing done. I am working on Everbound still, which is my work in progress, my fantasy work in progress. So that's what I'm working on this morning. That's a little scary, that sound. It's a little scary. I didn't, preview this before using it, but, I mean, for the most part, it's peaceful, right? It's I just found a one of the words that I'm using for one of the terms for people that are in power in my story sounds like a different word that I wanted to use in one of these like prophecies. So like it's kind of like a play on words type of thing, and it's gonna work so well. So yeah, play on words, man. They're fun, fun, fun. Yesterday, I was talking about how I needed to go back and add in some chapters before starting this particular letter session for this character. And then as I was starting to write this letter, I realized quickly this morning that, you know, I very well could and should probably start exactly where I thought previously that I should, and that all of the world building, all the information about her part of the world can be sprinkled in and added into those letters very nicely, in fact. And so it's not a complete loss that I had gone off track, or off track in quotation marks, because we're never really off track. We're just figuring out what we need to say and how we want to say it. So it's all good stuff. That is one thing I will say, is that don't ever feel like you wasted time, even though it's not necessarily what you think. Even if you're writing something or in a way that later on you're just not crazy about, just don't beat yourself up. We need to not beat ourselves up, because it's all good stuff. It's all leading us to where we want to be with our story or our writing piece. So, but with that in mind, I was just thinking this morning, like, okay, I guess it was kind of legit that that past self thought it would be a good idea to start at a more interesting part of her story, and then just kind of sprinkle in the details of that setting that she was in, or that she is in. And one main clue too that does inform me that that's the better way is that I was becoming more interested in the story. It was much more interesting for me to have her in a cave writing a letter, even though she's not supposed to be, like, well, she's in hiding and she's writing a letter. Two things that are kind of, clandestine and frowned upon activities in this setting. And that's much more interesting to me as a writer and a reader, to be reading from that place in her life. So that alone informs me that I should probably work with that. Anytime I start getting kind of bored of a chapter or a character, I realize that there probably is a better way. There probably is a different way to go about writing their scene or changing their scene. Something needs to be looked into a little closely, and just being okay with the possible change that might have to occur. One thing that I do think I need to do, though, before I forget, is to add some of this stuff to my world. My world building compilation, because if I don't, add this to my world building, then it won't be added until I go back and do the, like, some sort of editing portion. Okay. I really like the word all father. I just think it's the coolest thing, and I definitely want to use it. But not all father, but um, I like the I just love that so much. All father, it means father of all. For some reason putting all in front of a word makes it seem kind of magical. Oh my gosh. I definitely want to use that. I have a lot to add to this world building thing, which I won't do all right now probably, but um, I definitely oh man. Okay, so that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna replace an entire term with a different term because I'm crazy. It made 49 replacements. Let's see if the capital letter makes a difference. Okay. Oh, that is such a scary sound. Ah! I'm guessing this video game is um spooky. Okay, let's go back to main part. See, I get off track so easy. Like I was going to be changing one thing and then I was like, "Oh, but I like that. I should change it for the other thing." And okay, so at least that didn't take very long. Um let's see. Let's see. Hmm. That is interesting. I actually wonder. I actually wonder if that's an interesting concept. I'm replacing more words now. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay, I need to stay on track because I keep going on different paths. I'm replacing terms that I wanted to change. Let's see here. Okay, what did I even want to do here? Okay. Let's see. Okay, okay. What do you guys use for any of you who do world building things, like you're writing a fantasy, or maybe you have different short stories with different world settings? What do you guys use to compile all of that information? It's so interesting for me to learn about all these different platforms, because I know there's like World Anvil is a popular one. I was introduced to one of my friends to PB Works, which is a free kind of a Wikipedia thing. It doesn't look pretty, but it's very functional. Um, Yeah, and there are just so many different systems you can use. But I became a little bit nervous about having my world on a third party site. So I decided to move all of my stuff over to a simple Word document. Um, it's functional. It's not as nice as being able to have it all in like a clickable document like a Wikipedia, but it's still functional. And I feel better about it. So that's important to me. I just realized I don't have these numbered. Maybe I should number these. Top of page. Let's see how many pages we're at. Oh, okay. I guess we're at 95 pages. I had to think about it. But some of them are like maps, and some of them don't have very much on them. Not that page number doesn't even matter, honestly. It's just like, oh, I'm just looking at it like, oh, there's that much. Okay, all right then. It adds up quick. Let me tell you, like anytime you create a plant or an animal or a specific environment for a region of the land, jot it down. Like that's what I do anyways. Anytime I come up with something kind of important for the setting or the landscape, um, I just try to remember to jot it down right away. And then anytime I kind of need to reference it, I just go back and it should be there. So it does seem kind of tedious to do that, but for me, it keeps me on top of things, especially because um, yeah, things can change, and I lost my train of thought. I want to insert a footnote. Ah, cool. I love footnotes. I love writing them. I don't necessarily like reading them. And I'm reading a book right now. I'll share it with you guys. Sorry, this is not as quiet a writing session as I typically have, so bear with me. Um, but yeah, we're reading, my mom and my sisters and I. If you check out the Gallimaufry Gals here on YouTube, you'll find our reading club. And currently we're reading House of Leaves. So speaking of footnotes, let me tell you, like almost every single page has some sort of, like, you don't even have to go very far. It's literally like reading a very high level textbook. And then some of those references in the footnotes don't even lead anywhere. They're just references to nothing at all, which is super frustrating. And yeah, we have some words. This discussion is coming up next week, next Saturday. So if you guys like watching or listening to book clubs, book discussions, that is what we do over there, the Gallimaufry Gals. Three sisters and their mom blabbering about books of many genre. So yeah. Anyway, that was my footnote about footnotes. so fun to do. I love it. Oh man, so many options. Okay. Oh, we switched to a new one. That was quick. But this is still from Viewtiful ASMR. I'm telling you, like, these are beautiful. These are so cool. I really like the ones by the water, too. I think I am going to continue monkeying around with the story a little bit and maybe get a couple more things down on paper. Seems to be an inspiring morning over here. Another thing that I was thinking about this morning is possibly changing the name of my channel. If any of you have reached the very end of this video, hello, we're still here. But I would like input. The reason I'm wondering about the current name of my channel is Cat Rambo. I didn't even know this, but apparently she has like her own Cat Rambo's Academy. It's Cat Rambo's Academy for Wayward Writers. And I had no idea that the term wayward writer, I didn't do much research, but I should have. What can I say? I live under a rock and I don't think about these types of things. But yeah, so I thought at the time that it was kind of unique and that it showed kind of what this channel is about, which is, just writing what you want to write and not being so bothered by all the tips and tricks and marketing things, and just a place for us to be encouraged and to write, which can look a little wayward sometimes because when we're in that creative zone and just all in, we do become a little wayward because we're following our true what's in our hearts. So that was why I chose this channel's name to be Wayward Writer. However, I don't want to misguide anyone either, and I don't really want to. Yeah, I don't want to detract from anyone else's work or writing. So I don't know. I do want to kind of keep the theme of trails and wandering and stuff like that. So I was thinking to call the channel Writer's Trailhead, but I'm not crazy about it yet. So I'm just thinking right now, what I could possibly call the channel. So just something to be aware of, that I might be rebranding the channel. So which kind of sucks for my Instagram account because it's under Wayward Written. But anyway, if you guys have any ideas that kind of fall into that theme of wandering, of being wayward, of trails, anything like that, let me know in the comments what you guys think might what would inspire you to come over. So anyway, I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Hopefully this should be up before most of us, before I would usually be awake on a Saturday. This is just completely bizarre for me to wake up that early on a Saturday, and not for like hunting or fishing reasons. So I'm not complaining because it's been a productive morning. I hope you guys have a productive morning too, and an inspiring morning. So share in the comments what you guys are working on, and I hope you enjoyed this little video. I hope you guys are having a peaceful autumn so far. I will see you in the next video. Happy writing.